Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about Blackbeard post ban list. So this is my updated version of the Blackbeard deck. As you can see, there are some minor changes in here. There are some new cards that I've added, but it's pretty much the same deck. However, the playstyle for this one would be a little bit more aggressive compared to the pre-ban list that we all used to have against the Doflamingo deck, against the BY Luffy decks. So yeah, as you can see that we no longer be having 4 of this, whereas on my previous videos I was teaching you guys how we should play all these small cost cards so they can go sideways and then the opponent can attack to it. But this time we are going to be going a little bit more aggressive, and we're going to be taking our life as well so that we can get the cards that we need, and then we can just like counter out, because there's not many decks that are going to be very wide when it comes to the meta. The only threat that we are very concerned of is the Red Zoro, which is gonna be is gonna play a lot of small cards, and also the RG Smoker as well, the new Smoker. So that one I don't have a very good history of playing against a very good RG Smoker, but we're gonna try, and I'm gonna try our best to defeat that deck. Okay, so as you can see, the new additions into this deck would be the Shiryu. Shiryu maxed out the copy of this because, like I said, the Red Zoro is going to be the threat for our deck in this meta. Shiryu is very good because he can KO an original cost of 3 or less, and then when he swings as well on opponent's turn, he gains plus 2000 power. So basically he's a 7k buddy when the opponents try to attack us. So very good against Zoro, because that means that Zoro would need to invest more Dons into his characters just to swing or clear the Shiryu here. Also, we added the Nefertari Vivi here. So this is the elephant in the room. Vivi is a very good card. The only role of Vivi in here is for the trigger, right? If you can play Vivi, then that's great, because that means that you have another turn that you can block, and then usually that turn it will just buy you one return just to get to the 10 cost, right? So like I said, the goal of this deck is just to get to 10 cost, because most of the time this is your win condition here, your 10 cost Blackbeard. And then so we reduce the number of Lafitte, because we won't be needing much searching into this meta here, unless like you're really desperate and you really need to search for your win condition cards. That's why the Hachinosu stage comes in very good for us, because this can filter out your hand very good. It is a must-have. Like, you need to play this as soon as possible. Like on the previous regionals that I've been to, I was going 5-2, and then I match up on Dofi, which is the counter to my deck, and the final round that I played was a Teach Mirror, and I didn't find a stage, so I lost against a mirror because I didn't have the stage in there. But regardless of that, the importance of this, and this is my age, is very good, because what you want to do is you want to fill up your trash and then just play the Burgess. Burgess will carry you into the late game, right? It will carry you, and then once you drop the Teach, then it's pretty much a game from there. And then so this is the list that I'm be running. I removed the other Liberation, where you get KO 2 cards. Don't think that's gonna matter much in this meta. You can still try to add that one into your deck. However, I don't really feel like there's gonna be a lot of decks that are gonna be wide enough for us to be a threat, except for Zoro, maybe Boa as well. I've matched up with some Boas into the sim, and like it's not very good for us once they play the Raging Tiger. And yeah, this is pretty much my deck. Well, with that being said, let's go into see the matchups. Okay, so first matchup would be against Usopp, and we did have a very good opening hand here, having the stage and the finger pistol. Those are the 2 cards that you wanted to have against this matchup. So I don't think you can have a better hand than this, because finger pistol is the answer for Cavendish, and Cavendish is the one that we need to address against this matchup. Using that searcher, this is my age, to kind of like slowly build my trash, so it would be prepared once that Jesus Burgess comes into our board. So just attacking 7 here. Obviously he's gonna block that one and then activate his ability, drawing 1 card, and he actually found the stage as well, so he's gonna do his own search, and he's most likely gonna attack us by 5. Yeah, gonna attack us by 5, and we're gonna happily take that one. Recycling that Kuzan as well, because what I learned from my matchups during the regionals is that I always run out of Dawns when I'm trying to play 2 Burgesses of the Kuzan. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be playing that Kuzan, because that Kuzan can also do an extra swing for us, and also it cannot be KO'd by anything. So as you can see here, he probably was trying to KO that one, but he realized that it couldn't be KO'd. Here I'm going to be cycling out another card, and yeah, I'm going to be cycling that VV, and then grabbing that stage so I can use it as the leader ability. Yeah, I thought I used the VV to trash so I can activate my leader ability, but anyway, that's fine. And here I'm gonna be using the Guzan to have an extra swing, and then grab the Burgess from the trash and then play the other Burgess as well. And then yeah, we're prepared for pretty much our late game. So our board is looking great right now. It's looking great. So all we have to do from now on is to build our trash here. So he's got that Monkey D. Luffy, but I'm not too sure how much cards he has on his grave. But we did trigger one of the event card as well, which help us build the trash even more. We're into 9 dawns. This is the dawn. This is the turn that we play before the 10 costs. Yeah, so removing that Zoro as well, and then pitching a 2k counter from the stage. As you can see, like look at the amount of attack power for those Burgess. Attacking 9, 10, 10 before the 10 dawn turn is pretty good. Like it's not something that our opponent can just counter. If he does, then he just needs to like pretty much throw a lot of cards from his hand. He's gonna be throwing a lot of those blockers very early. Let's see what he does here. He would mostly need to counter this one out, otherwise he's gonna be in a lot of trouble next turn, because once I drop that 10 cost teach, I can basically just win the game from there. Okay, so he needs to build up his trash as well. So yeah, dumping all those counter cards actually works out well for him, but he's down to 1 life, so I just need 2 more hits in here to guarantee a lethal, or like guarantee the game as well. Again, the matchup for Usopp, remember, you're just gonna use your leader ability once he reached that 7 costs, around that 7 costs, because that's when he starts playing the Rebecca that can cheat out another card from his hand. Okay, so swinging with the Cavendish as well, just to build up his trash. He's gonna be swinging 16 here, and then most likely gonna restand the Luffy, and then I think we should have enough counter here, because that Burgess will have an extra 1k power, because we're dumping all those cards there. Here, we don't need another Blackbeard, so we're just gonna skip that Blackbeard here. The 7 cost Luffy is frozen anyway. He doesn't have any way to restand that one, so we're just gonna freeze the Cavendish instead, and then we're gonna swing 11 and see if he has counter in his hand. I think this is game. Most likely this is game, because he doesn't, like, he pretty much just dump all these cards. Okay, yeah, so this is game. Kind of break in there. He does have the 10 cost Kaido, which is very interesting. Never seen a 10 cost Kaido in some of the lists, but maybe I wasn't just like too updated with the Usopp deck. But yeah, so that's the first game. That's just how you counter out Usopp as well. And then we'll just go to the next one. Okay, so next game would be against Bonnie. Bonnie is going to be one of the main deck to run for the rest of OP10 as well, and also it kind of like carries out into OP11, because it counters out the new OP11 Blurple Luffy, which is, you know, it is a good practice to have a matchup with Bonnie. So it looks like our opponent didn't see any of their searcher, so he's just gonna swing 8 to us, and then we're gonna grab that Liberation card as well, just in case we need to remove one of their pretty annoying cards that they play during the early games. And then we're gonna swing 9, so we're not gonna build something here yet. We already have like a decent amount of cards in our trash. So yeah, finally found the Cavendish. You know, gonna swing 7. We're gonna be happy to take that one, and then gonna cycle out that Vasco shot, and then gonna swing 7 into life. So I'm hoping that he would take this life as well. If he doesn't, then he's gonna be dumping a lot of cards. So he's gonna be dumping 2 cards from his hand, which is pretty good for us. That means that he can't defend our swings onto his board. So we're gonna swing with Shiryu. We're gonna not swing. We're gonna drop that Shiryu just to remove that Searcher, which is very, very handy for us, because we don't need to spend 1 swing against that that very annoying short Searchers. Here we're gonna be happy to like go down to 2 life as well, and then we're gonna be removing that Cavendish by sacrificing our Stronger, and then using that Liberation that we searched earlier, and then yeah, we're gonna swing 8 here. He's gonna rest my Shiryu anyway, so might as well just use all the dons that we have. And let's see if he counters on this one. Okay, so he counters again, so that's another 2 cards off his hand. And then we're gonna filter out the Kuzan and then pass our turn. So I think we're on 8 dons, I believe. Are we on 8 dons next turn? I can't remember, but yeah. So we're very close into dropping our 10 cost Blackbeard, and our opponent hasn't established a board yet, so that is not very. It's not looking good on their end, because the way you beat this Blackbeard deck is to go wide, and he hasn't really done much on his end. Well, we're gonna see what he plays. Okay, so he played a carrot and a Tashigi here. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna drop that Blackbeard straight away, so he doesn't use his leader ability, and then we're gonna grab the stage so we can trash that one to activate our leader ability, and then we're just gonna swing 5 and 5. So he's got 3 cards in hand, so he has to take this one, right? Yeah, he has to take this hits here. So 10 dons for Boney now. Stunning that carrot is really good as well, because they're gonna stun our Jesus Burgess on our turn, so we don't want to do that one. And yeah, so swinging 5, I think we're just gonna drop that Burgess as well, and then whatever so he's playing the Zoro, which is not very good at this point. Like, it's too late to play Zoro at this stage, because I'm just gonna stun that one and then filter out the cards again. The same thing, gonna grab that stage so we can trash that one as a to activate our leader ability, and then we're gonna swing 5 5 and 12 here as well, so put him down to 1 life. Okay, so he did use the he did use the event card. That just tells us that he doesn't have any counter on his head. So he's down to 1 life. That Zoro is stunned. He's pretty much got 3 swings here. I got a blocker, so we can still take like 2 of the last 2 remaining life, and then we can just go for a game. Unless he plays like 2 blockers in here, which I doubt he's gonna be doing anyway. Swinging 5. No, I'm just gonna play save it here. I am gonna counter out of that one, and then maybe take 1 life and then block the next one. Okay, so took that one. I was hoping to get the finger pistol trigger, but didn't get that one, unfortunately. Ooh, the Holy Jones as well. That was very close. That's very close. Like, he almost got that one. Okay, so trashing the Burgess, because there's no point of us holding into the Burgess. Now we just need to get through the first swing here. So I'm gonna swing with 12, because there's no way for him to counter out of this one, right? And he's just gonna rest the other teach, and then we're just gonna swing 15 here. So that's pretty much game. That's GG for us. I think he found the cards that he needs way too late, and unfortunately we just control the board from mid game into the late game. So yeah, that's how you beat Boney, yeah. Well, we'll see if we can get another matchup with another meta decks. Okay, so next matchup would be against Shanks. Shanks in this meta is a lot easier compared into the earlier matchup, like before we have the Kuzan. I think also I was still testing my deck here. I don't know, for some reason I still have that liberation into this matchup here, so I don't know why I didn't remove that one. Yeah, I think this is the this is before I decided to finalize my deck. But regardless of that, the game plan would still be the same. So game plan would be just to get into 10 dons and then make sure he doesn't build his board. So swinging 9 here, which is, you know, taking his life, which is good for us, because we don't want him to be on 5 life for, like, you know, very early sorry, like we don't want him to, like, you know, have those massive life once we have that once we go to the late game. So yeah, trying to counter here as much as we can as well, just because we don't want him to kind of like run us down before we establish our board. Here I'm just thinking of, like, if there's a way to remove that new gate. I did put in the Van Ogre there just to kind of like bait him out into like KOing that Van Ogre there, so I can draw one more card, and then I'll start trashing my card here to activate my leader ability, because this is the turn where he either plays the Silver Israeli or the Ben Beckman as well. So we'll see what he plays in here. So swinging 7 to us, and then swinging 8 to us. Okay, so he didn't bite for that for that bait that we have, but we do have a 6k body on board, so we're not that far behind compared to his board. I think I'm gonna grab another 10 cost Blackbeard here. Actually, surprisingly, I didn't grab that one, so I'll grab a 2k instead, because we're running low on counter as well. Since he didn't KO that one, I'm gonna KO his Whitebeard instead. So that kind of like bite him back, because he didn't remove that Van Ogre there. So here we're just gonna establish another Van Ogre here, another 6k buddy, because Shanks hate having a 6k buddy on the opponent's board, sorry, I should say. Okay, so here he KOs the Van Ogre. Gonna counter the leader swing, and then gonna take the Shanks swing. So I think we're gonna grab another teach here, just to kind of like prolong the game, right? Yeah, so we need to prolong the game as much as we can, and then we're gonna swing 5, and then we're gonna swing 6. So it's up to him if he wants to remove that Van Ogre, because that Van Ogre is just gonna draw us 1 card if he does decide to remove it. If he drops another Shanks here, we can easily block it with the 10 cost teach, and then we can just counter out with the stronger. So he's gonna try and remove it. I think we're gonna keep that Van Ogre as much as we can, and then yeah, because we just want as much bud as we can into our board, so we can swing for game. We're gonna drop another Blackbeard here, stunning the Shanks, swinging 5, swinging 6, just hoping that he would discard as much card as he can. Trashing the finger pistol here, most likely, because we don't have any use of the finger pistol anymore. Oh, okay, trashing the 10 cost Blackbeard instead of the finger pistol. Okay, maybe I was preparing for a Lucky Roo blocker here. That's why I kept the finger pistol over the 10 cost teach. Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, let's see how we go with this one here, because he's got his turn. I'm not sure if he's gonna be dropping another 10 cost Shanks, or possibly a 10 cost Roger as well. So we're gonna be careful with that one. So we need to play around with the 10 cost Roger as well. I think he was hoping to block with my I think he was hoping me to block with my teach, and then he can just like use the building snake. Okay, so we can counter that one easy. And is he gonna swing 10? Okay, he's gonna swing 6. Oh, sorry, 5. Don't think he can swing 6 anyway. I'm gonna cycle out one of this, and then I think we're just gonna swing for game here, right? We're gonna swing for game. Let's see. So we do 5, and another 5. Okay, so we're gonna swing 11 first, and then I think I forgot that okay, so I didn't even consider swinging, like attaching Dawn into Van Ogre. So he uses leader ability 13. Okay, and then 13 as well. Okay, cool. So oh my god, he bricked his hand. No wonder he couldn't play anything. So it was just like, yeah, in my opinion, he should have played the Lucky Ryu in the hopes that I don't have any ways to remove his board. But either way, I think he was just like trying to play around another 10 cost teach, because I was gonna stun his blocker anyway. So there's no point for him to put the blocker and just attach his, like he just decided to attach his dawns to swing bigger into my board or my life. But it is what it is. But yeah, those are the matches that I have with Blackbeard, and I'm pretty sure that Blackbeard is a good deck to play in this meta. As you can see, it's very, very powerful with like the on play. Pretty much just counters all the yellow decks as well. And yeah, you just gotta be wary of the red Zoros and the red green smokers. Once we find out how to beat those ones, then we, like Blackbeard, should win a couple of matches, not just in locals but in major tournaments as well. If you like that video, comment like. Sorry, not comment like. Give us a like, and comment if you learned something, or if you have any questions, just comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and yeah, if you have any suggestions on what deck you wanted to see, just comment down below, and I'll try my best to cover that one. But with that being said, I'll see you guys later. Bye.